Okay, we should be live. Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me while I set up stream. Okay. While this is happening, while we're setting up stream, let's take a minute to idly chat with no one. Hi, no one. I'm Joju. It's good to see you again. It's been a lovely week, hasn't it? Quite the events. I finally did a Minecraft stream again, and that got some attention, and people liked that. I should do that more often. What else is new in the land of Joju? Um, Nothing new on the comments. Let me pull up the YouTube studio for this so I can see if people want me to shut up already. It's always a surprise when they don't, but you know, we work with what we got here. I'm being a bit mean to myself again. That's not fair. People seem to not hate what I do. Okay, hopefully that's the actual live stream link. We will now paste this in the various interblag locations and see if people are interested in today's events. Pokemon Crystal. This time with actual dragons. Yeah, that's going to be the theme of the stream, is apologizing for the last one where I thought we were going up against the Dragon Gym, but we went up against the Ice Gym and spent an inordinate amount of time fighting Delibirds. I mean, the Delibird thing wasn't too bad, just that turns out the Delibird sucked. I'm gonna have to work on that, honestly. I have not done any backstage modification to the Delibirds to force them to atone for their sins, but we do have one now. Plus, we have the presence of other people in stream. Let me just make sure I share this in the appropriate Pixis Mage Discord. I did not. No, now it's Pixie's problem. Okay. We should be ready to go on this one. I'm not seeing anyone show up, so I'm going to take that as a sign that maybe we have a minute to kill. Well, no one's here. I can rant about a thing that I think only I care about. Power Rangers. And even then, tentatively. That's not fair. That's not true. I got really into Power Rangers over COVID again. Bit of a weird spot in my life, but I mean, like, it's not that much weirder than playing Pokemon. Oh, great, we got a guy. Just a guy. Ugh, you know how they are. Ah, crap. Beat him up. Diglett. Ah, crap. Let's beat up this Diglett. Okay, we're beating up Diglets now. That's what we do with our time here on these Pokemon stream. No, no, no. Stop being a thing. Camera, stop. One day, I am going to defenestrate the auto window feature in Windows. It is inciting me to violence. We're going to have let that play by. We should probably put Khonshu back in front because I checked the friendship stats. We're not doing especially well on that one. We really need to up our friendship with Khonshu here if we ever want to get Umbreon. So in the meantime, what are we doing? We are headed to Goldenrod City because that is where the Mafia is in this game. And our goal right now is to defeat the Mafia, with the end goal of being able to actually fight dragons. We do this so we can fight dragons, so we can fight the Elite Four, so we can fight Kando, so we can eventually beat Pokemon Crystal, and then eventually go on to Pokemon Red. Or sorry, no, Emerald. There are serious plans here. Hopefully we get to accomplish them. But Joju, you may ask, how are we ever going to defeat Team Rocket? I'll tell you, the power of friendship and science. And a little bit of exorcism. Thinking about this a lot, I think there's probably a way we can get exorcisms involved in this game. I have not confirmed that recently, but, you know, I think everything's possible in Pokemon. This is a series where you can catch God in a tiny ball. That's coming later. And I kind of think it'd be really funny if we did name our Arceus, eventual Arceus, Bow. Thought for later. If there's ever a VOD watcher, well, you heard the joke here. If you're not watching the VODs, then, well, I guess you have a better thing to do with your life. I don't blame you. Okay, where are we going right now? We are going to the radio tower, which is south. Thankfully, we checked maps this time. So, I don't think I want to waste time doing updates if no one's here to hear the updates. But I am kind of filling dead air for eventual VOD watchers. Trying to think, what's an interesting thing that I can share as an Easter egg for VODs? Good question. Trying to think, what is something that can make a deep stream lore for the people who watch this and don't react to know? It's a good question. Okay. Let's think. What's a thing? I lost the tab. I'm good at this. Okay, what's a thing for the VOD watchers we want to know? Oh, great. Team Rocket. These bastards. Pricks. We are going to have to put, in the interest of playing fair, we're going to put Ace back in the box. Back in the box, Ace. Saving data. Who are we going to pick to round out our team? Exhausted at least 2 weeks. Don't like Norn for this. Don't like Ganmead. Solok seems like a safe bet. Okay, let's heal up our team just to make sure we know what we're doing. But as of right now, we are going to fight the Pokemans. There are Team Rocket agents all over the city. Let's go say hi to some of our friendly Team Rocket guys. Surely there is nothing actively malicious going on here. Oh crap, we should go to trainer battle outside the city. That's on me. And it's a cop. Great, guys, we're fighting the cops now. We defeated the cops. Great work, team. Crap. Okay, what do we got going on here? We got a guy there. Let's start from the top of the city and work our way down. No one committing crimes here. Oh, two guys committing crimes here. Let's fight this guy. Hey, brat! You don't belong here! Get asked! Oh, no, you can't fight him. Come taste the true terror of Team Rocket. These guys don't want to fight. Wow. I'm literally picking fights at them, and they don't want to do it. Take over the radio tower. What? It's none of your business. So this is the radio tower. What do you want, you pest? Scram! None of these guys want to fight me. I'm picking a fight with you people. Hey, ugly. Our dream will still come true. It was such a long struggle. Stay out of our way. Beat it. Why do none of these guys want to fight me? Here, do you want to fight? Pokemon, they're nothing more than tools for making money. Asshole, I want to fight you. Please, pick a fight with me. You guys are being annoying. Oh well. I guess there's nothing to do but advance the story. Jeez. Jeepers. That's not how that goes. But I did just say that. Ugh. I am not seeing anyone in chat, but we will continue this adventure. Let's talk to the front desk lady. Hello, I'm sorry, but we're not offering any tours today. Yeah, well, I'm not here for a tour. I'm here to kick ass and take names, and I'm all out of names. That didn't sound the way I wanted it to. Finally, someone wants to fight me. We've finally taken over the radio tower. Now everyone will get to experience the true terror of Team Rocket. We'll show you how scary we are. Oh no, you have a whole two Pokemon? And one of them's a rat? Wow. I'm quivering in my boots, yo. Look, this is me quivering in my boots. Oh crap, you can actually bite me. Yeah, whatever. You have two rats. You're throwing two rats against my... What is Eevee, a fox? I'm not sure how that works, but we're going to go back and heal up Eevee now because I would like to keep Eevee in the front of the party for as long as possible to get that sweet, sweet friendship point. Remember, our goal is to get Umbreon out of this, and the only way to do that is to be friends with Eevee. Now, if you want to be friends with an Eevee, you got to really work at it. Remember, Eevees become friends after you fight them. Why would they want to take over the radio tower? I don't know, they like propaganda? Jigglypuff! Huh? Today's password? Help, of course. Okay, great. Thank you for the password. How boring! It was far too easy to take over this place. Come on, keep me amused. That's what I'm here for. Wait, you look just like Jessie. I should probably have done the Jessie voice. Ha ha ha! Keep me amused. That's a terrible Jessie voice. Okay, we're just gonna keep biting. Thank you, Eevee. Who are you? That was better. Let's go fight this guy. Hopefully it's James. We're Team Rocket, the exploiters of Pokemon. We love being evil. Scared? No, it's just a guy. If you have a full team, though, that's going to be bad. Eh, we've done worse. I am going to stick with my James voice because it's more fun, though. Oh, it's only 5 Pokemon. We're fine. And it's rats. It's a bunch of rats. Okay. I swear to God, if all you have are rats, I'm going to be annoyed. If he dies to a rat, I'm going to be even more annoyed. I'm gonna be annoyed. Okay? Prepare for annoyance. Prepare for trouble. I'm annoyed. Hey, Zells. We are fighting a guy with 5 rats right now because Team Rocket does this well. Oh god, you killed Evie. You bastards. Breathing heavily. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna go heal up Evie now because the goal of this is to make Evie our friend. And the only way to make Evie our friend is to make sure it's happy and healthy. And also fighting rats for us, apparently. That's how this game works now. My existence is defined by the Rattatas of the Mafia. How you doing, Zells? We just walked around this guy. Let's go walk back in front of him. Nah. Oh. Hey, hey! Keep out of our way! You're kidding. Oh, finally a bat. That's different. Hey, Khonshu's about to level up again. It's good to hear, Zells. Oh, you made 2 Inktober prompts. Nice. Yeah, it's good to get ahead of those things. I tried one of those once. I forgot which prompt I did, but whatever it was, I was not ready for it. And 2 years ago, Team Rocket was forced to disband, but we're making a comeback here. I don't know what accent I'm doing. Oh, poison sludge guy. Okay, we can take the poison sludge guy. Bite him. Yeah, so you have some fun OCs. I've heard you talk about them before. Excited to see what you do with those. Yeah. No, my challenge, and I think I mentioned this in a Discord you're in, is Lifetober. It's just to keep myself functioning through the month of October, and it's going great so far. Hit my streams tonight. Got some work done today, not nearly enough. Made the mistake of binge watching all of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury today instead of working on my thesis. You know, all the stuff you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, I did want to talk about Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, and I was kind of hoping someone would get here so I could rant at them. It's my stream. You chose to be here. You know what you're getting into. So I think I've said this before. I think I said this before, but before um the MCYT Blurred Sexy Man contest irrevocably changed my life, I was doing some stuff in the Power Rangers fandom, specifically a adaptation. Or so if you don't know how it works for Power Rangers, um the original Power Rangers is based on source footage from a Japanese show called Super Sentai. I wait, let's kill this guy first. To trainers, Pokemon are their beloved partners. It's terrible how Team Rocket is trying to control Pokemon. Thank you for your enlightened wisdom. Okay, we got a gambit to run here. Ready? It feels great ordering Pokemon to commit crimes. That sounds like something that someone would say as a joke among my friend groups. Okay, so Power Rangers footage from Super Sentai. The way it works is they generally adapt a season the year after it comes out in Japan. They redub it. They do all the they have American / New Zealand actors do the footage of them when they're not wearing costumes, and they use the fight scenes. So because in recent years. Nickelodeon has asked them to split seasons over 2 years. There's been a lot of backlog of footage that they could have used that they didn't. There goes Khonshu. We take him out, though. You're kidding. Let's go heal up Khonshu. Okay, it's time. Khonshu time. Yeah, so there's a backlog of seasons they didn't adapt. So one of those seasons is a space-themed season that I think is really cool called Q Ranger, spelled Kyu, not to be confused with Takuger, which is spelled with an actual Q. That's the train season. Q Ranger is the space season. So because it's the space season, or I thought it'd be cool to do a space opera. I started this in, let's say, early 2020. What? No, that doesn't sound right. Hey, Noah. Hope you're feeling slightly better, but we'll see how that goes. I'm talking about my fanfic right now, my Power Rangers fanfic. So yeah, I started adapting Q Ranger in early 2021 into a 40 episode Power Rangers season. I got what I say, how far did I get before the Sexy Man contest? I got 24 chapters in before the Sexy Man contest came and ruined my life. And I have not worked on it since then. So I thought I was going to get back into it. Unfortunately, in the time that I was not working on this fanfic, Hasbro decided to adapt this season. I had chosen this season because I didn't think they were going to adapt it because it's got 12 lead characters, a bunch of moving parts, and it's a nightmare to work with. So I thought it'd be cool if I did it because I'm not held back by a budget or studio mandates, so nothing's going to get in my way. But then they went ahead and did it. Anyway, it dropped over the weekend. It's 10 episodes. It's on Netflix. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. I watched it all yesterday and today. And I am annoyed because it is actually good, which makes my job harder. But also, it does a lot of things that I would like to think about as someone who was at one point very into Power Rangers. I'm not super into it anymore, but still, there are things I'd like to think about with it, but I don't have time to think about it because I think the game's crashing. Oh, no, it isn't. I would like to think about it because it's cool to think about, and there's a bunch of stuff to unpack there, but I can't because I gotta think about adapting it, and also other stuff. I've got a life now. I don't have time to sit around and watch Power Rangers. I'm an adult man. I say, playing Pokemon. So I am going to, hopefully no one minds if I unpack this on stream. But, I mean, y'all chose to be here. You can tell me to shut up or you can go do something else. I don't care. But, if you would like me to unpack it in excruciating detail, I shall. The Team Rocket boss has locked himself in, but the director can open it. He's up on the 5th floor. Oh, fuck. Please save him. I already made that point, Zels. And Nola, you make an excellent point. I can do whatever I want forever. I'm to crush anyone who challenges Team Rocket. So, this season... Alright, so this season... Normally Power Rangers seasons... So, in the before times... Before Nickelodeon got the licensing rights to Power Rangers... Sorry, no, that's not accurate. What's the accurate version of that? So, Power Rangers originally used to be owned by Saban. And Saban Entertainment was a media company. They sold out to Disney in the late 90s, early 2000s, early 2000s, and Disney took over the rights to Power Rangers. And during that time, they aired it on Jetix, which eventually became Disney XD. But by the time it became Disney XD, they were looking to sell off Power Rangers because they didn't know what to do with it. And when they did, when Disney sold it back, they sold it back to Saban, which by that time had reformed into a completely different media empire. And they started airing on Nickelodeon. Now, Nickelodeon has a rule that shows can't be more than 20 episodes long per season, which is bad for Power Rangers because Power Rangers was used to running 30 to 40 episodes a season, or 50 in the early years. But by this point, what are you gonna do? So on Nickelodeon, they started splitting seasons up into two 20-episode chunks over 2 years. This created the backlog that I mentioned earlier with Kyuranger and 7 other seasons that could have been adapted but weren't. Let's go heal up Conchu. And this resulted in a bunch of mediocre seasons structured to meet a mixture of poor guidelines on both the Saban and Nickelodeon sides, including things like every episode must have a stupid moral lesson, and please don't acknowledge past continuity, and sell a new toy every episode, which, I mean, it is a 22-minute toy ad. I can't fault it there. But it was bad. Like, if you watched Samurai or Megaforce, you would understand. Those were on when I was the right age to watching Power Rangers. You plan to rescue the director? That won't be possible because I'm going to beat you. So, anyway, like, I want to say, what was it? 2017, I think? Power Rangers, was it 2016, 2017? They sold Power Rangers to Hasbro. And Hasbro was still under the Nickelodeon contract. Yeah, that's what kids' TV shows are. It is a 22-minute toy ad. No, I just saw your comments about Team Rocket being gay. Glad we get the jokes here. Baton Pass. What does Baton Pass do? Well, let's find out. Okay. Let's find out what Baton Pass does before I continue with this. Oh, it lets you get a free change. Nice. Okay. Where were we? Right. Okay, yeah. So, kids' TV shows are a scam. Everything you've ever watched as a child is trying to sell you toys. And that's how it works. And also, Santa Claus isn't real. Have a nice day. So, anyway, back to this stream. Back to Power Rangers, which, by the way, has a lot of Santa Claus episodes. Especially in the Saban era. Like, they have the same actor playing Santa Claus every year and do a Christmas episode. It's kind of funny. Anyway, Hasbro has 2 seasons. Okay, Zels. Glad that you're on the same page with this one. This radio tower will fulfill our grand design. So Hasbro takes over. Oh shit, Polygon, nice. Or Polygon, nice. So Hasbro takes over. They have 2 seasons of the show called Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers was kind of a direct response to everything that the adults who watch Power Rangers didn't like about the Saban shows. It was very heavy on lore and continuity. The villain was literally, and this is a spoiler for it, a character from the last Disney season, which, by the way, is called RPM. It's one of the best. It's on YouTube for free, actually. I do recommend RPM. It's a good season, unironically good TV for a kids show, and even just generally. But point is, they picked up. It's a direct sequel to RPM. Characters are allowed to have human emotions. Past continuity comes up a lot, and the last 10 episodes are or have them basically go through a warehouse full of stuff from past seasons and pull it out and use it. So building off of that, no, I thought you weren't attracted to men. So building off of that, you go into the next series, which is Dino Fury. And Dino Fury is even more about that. Like, it opens with a very obscure reference to one of the first episodes of Power Rangers. Oh, Nola. Sorry. You came to rescue me. Is that what you were expecting? Wrong. I'm an imposter. I pretended to be the real thing to prepare for our takeover. Do you want to know where we hid the real director? Sure. I'll tell you, but only if you can beat me. Okay, let's go. Rocket Executive wants to battle. Get a real name. Poison Cloud. Okay, we'll beat him up. Where was I? Right, so you got Dino Fury opens with very, very obscure reference and keeps going from there. And then Dino Fury abruptly, Dino Fury started in 2019, and so season 2 was 2021 because of COVID, of course. Wait, sorry, I think Dino Fury was, no, sorry, Beast Morphers was 2019, 2020, Dino Fury was 2021, 2022. So Dino Fury, despite being a series that was filmed during COVID and couldn't get a lot of people, and couldn't get a lot of people back because COVID, still managed to be super lore heavy. And season 2 moved to Netflix. So they aired 20 episodes on Nickelodeon, then 20 episodes on Netflix, and decided that was going to be where they did future Power Rangers stuff. At the same time, they also hired a guy named Simon Bennett who wanted to turn it into more of a traditional franchise. And Simon Bennett's a very controversial figure in the Power Rangers community. He said a number of things that people like and don't like, in great excess to both directions. He's an interesting guy, but he did produce the lore heavy seasons, which people do like. And he was talking about how for season 30 of Power Rangers, for the first time since the original Mighty Morphin series in the 90s, they were going to bring back the same team for a third season. And that season was called Cosmic Fury. Now, if you remember what started this whole rant, Cosmic Fury was going to be based on Q-Ranger, which is the space-themed series that has 12 Rangers, 20 different Zords, this is the big robots they fly, and a lot of good space lore. And I was working on a Q-Ranger adaptation at the time, and I was annoyed, because I was working on it, and I was doing it first. And I did it because I thought it was safe. However, I was willing to see where they went with it, because, I don't control Power Rangers, and, it's not that big a deal if two people are adapting the same thing. If anything, it's a chance for me to one-up them. However, then they released the suits for Q-Ranger. And, the suits for Cosmic Fury. And they announced for the first time they weren't going to be adapting these suits from the Japanese version. They were instead going to make their own. And the Q-Ranger suits are really elaborate space armor. I don't blame them for not wanting to work with that. But the Cosmic Fury suits are kind of dumb. They have Halloween costume fake abs. And it looks very fabric, and they have little capes and shields over them. It's not bad. This is not going well. It's not bad. It's not what a lot of people expect from a Power Rangers costume. And honestly, having watched the show, they look fine when they're when they're moving. When the characters are moving and you can't actually see the Halloween costume abs, it's a fine suit. But unfortunately, that was the first thing people saw. And so, with those tempered expectations, I went to go watch Cosmic Fury this weekend. And it does a really interesting thing that because it's now on Netflix and this season is only 10 episodes. We stashed the real director in the underground warehouse. It's at the end of the underground, but I doubt you'll get that far. We got the basement key, yes. I'll take a break to acknowledge Yazels. I'm sorry I traumatized you with that. I swear they look better when they're moving. But, Nola also. Very fair fans do expect a lot, and I made the joke before, Power Rangers is essentially a toy ad, and we are a bunch of adults complaining about a toy ad not being as good as we want it to in our imaginations, which is part of the reason that, like, fan fiction exists at all, is so people who care too much about toy ads can enjoy the toy ads without the toy ad part, which is what I think I'm doing. Let's go underground. So with that in mind, I was hoping to have a more reasonable approach to this show. Where is the underground? Let's find out. No, that's the name raider. No, I don't want the name raider. I want the underground. Oh, there we are. Yeah, people have expectations. Honestly, it's part of the reason I stopped engaging with Power Rangers so much is because I found people can care way too much, even by my standards, about the show. And, like, I'm playing Pokemon on YouTube right now. I care an inordinate amount about things, and I love people who care an inordinate amount about things. Like, it's one of the reasons I love Minecraft YouTube, is people caring about something that objectively does not matter and taking it so seriously. I love that, but then you get to things like the Power Rangers fandom, and it's just like, it's too much. Like, guys. It's a bunch of guys in spandex beating a bunch of guys in rubber. Stop expecting miracles out of it. If you want a legitimately good story, write your own. So that's why I stopped engaging with that fandom so much, except for my thing, which I think is legitimately good, and you shall go read Power Rangers Star Force on Archive of Our Own. That being said, Cosmic Fury takes an interesting approach because there's only 10 episodes. Let's talk to this guy, and then I'll get into Cosmic Fury directly. I was challenged to a battle downstairs. It's rough down there. You'd better be careful. Thanks for the advice. We're gonna ignore it. I think you have some rare Pokemon with you. Let me see them. Pokemaniac Donald. Okay, let's go. Right, so Cosmic Fury. So, there was some confusion when Cosmic Fury was announced because it was only 10 episodes, which is a step down even from Nickelodeon. And there was some confusion. People thought it was Netflix because streaming services and all that. But it was revealed in a Twitter space yesterday by executive producer Simon Bennett, who I mentioned earlier. Do you consider type alignments in battle? If you know what your type advantage is, you'll do better in battle. Simon Bennett said that it was actually Hasbro's idea to do a 10-episode season. And they didn't want to shell out the budget, which, like, fair enough. They have demonstrated that they would like minimal effort put into this franchise at this point. Like, the lore stuff is just because Simon Bennett. And they've been talking about shutting it down after this for a while, but I'll get to that at the end. So Cosmic Fury is 10 episodes long. It was all released in one day on Netflix. And because it's all released on one day on Netflix, it's very much a bingeable show. It feels honestly more like a 3-hour movie than it does like a 10-episode season. Which, I mean, not great, but I mean, if it works as a 3-hour movie, it works as a 3-hour movie. And it is a pretty good 3-hour movie. Wait, hang on a second. We got taxes. Gotta switch character quickly. Getting in character. I have opinions about a children's cartoon from the 90s. Wait, that's not very good. That's not a good shadow. I have opinions on a children's cartoon from the 90s. I don't like that the original Yellow Ranger was changed into a woman. They were being woke back then, too. My father didn't love me enough, so I take out my anger on internet strangers. I saw you, so I tailed you. I don't need you underfoot while I take care of Team Rocket. Wait a second. You beat me before, didn't you? That was just a fluke. But I repay my debts. Humph. I didn't like Power Rangers Cosmic Fury because it had a female Red Ranger. The franchise never did that before. This is a completely novel concept. Except the time they did that like 10 years ago. But even then, that was okay, because her brother took over and proved she was bad at it. All of this actually happened in Power Rangers Samurai. I don't like that this season doesn't have a Pink Ranger, even though the last one did. And it's the same character both times. I'm trying to think what other things can I complain about in a Shadow the Hedgehog voice that makes sense for Power Rangers. Crap. I didn't like Power Rangers RPM because it had all of humanity living in a post-apocalypse. In real life, we would never live together in harmony. We'd fight to the end, like true alpha males. I didn't like that Power Rangers RPM had a robot on the team because it proved anyone could be redeemed. Ugh, gotta think of more things. I didn't like that Power Rangers in Space ended by killing Zordon. It was a stupid way to get rid of all the villains. I am spoiling every major Power Rangers thing right now. We're gonna go to Don on this one. Yeah. Yeah, Zels, go ahead, eat him. Crap. I can think of something. Wait, I can do this. I watched every episode of Linkara's History of Power Rangers, and I walked away believing that women shouldn't vote. That's not fair to Linkara. Linkara is awesome. Do not hate on Linkara. Linkara is a reason I got into Power Rangers again, and like it's not fair to him to have associated with him. I'm deeply sorry. Huge Linkara fan here. I'm terrified of Linkara seeing this, even though I know he never will. Whatever. I didn't like. I watched the reunion special for the original team, and I didn't like that they made a woman the new Yellow Ranger, even though she was in the original. I think Once a Ranger didn't spend enough time rehashing old villains, even though that's literally all they did. I didn't like that a woman came back from the dead in that one, too, instead of a man. It was an option, you know. Ugh. These jokes do not land if you don't understand any of the Power Rangers context. This is really bad. I can't make coherent references while doing a Shadow the Hedgehog voice. I have completely lost my Shadow voice today. It's not even remotely good. Crap. Why is my Shadow the Hedgehog voice so not having it today? This is really bad. We don't know who Tax's mom is. So let me get back into character. Wait. Gotta get back into character. This is really bad. My reputation's online here. Hello there, Sonic. Have you ever watched Super Sentai? You know, it's the original show. You know, Super Sentai is the only real way to watch Power Rangers. Better yet, skip it entirely and watch Kamen Rider, a legitimately better show that I have definitely seen. Finally got it at the end there. I'm so sorry. I have never watched Kamen Rider. Why? Why do I lose every time to you beta males? I've assembled the toughest Pokemon. I didn't ease up on the gas. So why do I lose? I don't understand. Is that what Lance guy said true? That I don't treat Pokemon properly? No, he's wrong. Love, trust. Are they really what I lack? Are they keeping me from winning? I just don't understand. But it's not going to end here. Not now. Not because of this. I won't give up my dream of becoming the world's best Pokemon trainer. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh god. That was my worst shadow voice. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But my team took a beating there. Let's go back and go fix the team up. Yeah, Kamen Rider is the Japanese sister show to Super Sentai, which became Power Rangers. It's they tried adapting it into the U.S. in the 90s as Masked Rider. It didn't go well. I hear it's better than Power Rangers. I've never watched it. I don't care. Okay, so Cosmic Fury. So I made the joke about, I don't care if you're lost. You show up here, you're nothing but a victim. So I made the joke earlier about, what was it? Oh yeah, the Red Ranger being a girl. So that's part of the thing with Cosmic Fury is because it's a direct continuation from Dino Fury, it uses the same characters. I didn't watch Dino Fury, but my understanding is that at the end of that, the Red Ranger dies and comes back as a ghost. And as a result, the team's kind of leaderless at the start of it, and the first episode features the Ghost Red Ranger coming back and getting everyone back together to fight Lord Zed, who is a villain from the original 90s series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Lord Zed is an American villain, and his distinguishing character trait is that he has no skin. He was actually apparently so scary in the 90s that parents complained until he started telling more jokes to stop scaring their kids. Like, if you see the guy, like, if you have no context, I get why he'd be scary, but, like, it's 2023. We've seen much worse at this point. But he's a truly scary space fascist villain that's actually really cool to watch as a villain and watch him get beat up on. And so he's back for this anniversary season, all well and good. And his plan in this season is he gets recruited by a intergalactic mining company to take over the world so they can secure drilling rights. This show isn't political at all. So, at the start of the season, he turns. I'm going to recap the show. I'm going to recap it. Yeah. So he turns the Blue Ranger from Dino Fury into his evil minion at the start of the show. And because of this, he's just evil the whole time. And this actually gets good acting from him. Where did I lose you, Zels? I guess I should probably introduce the characters. I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on doing a full recap. I am not Linkara. Linkara does this better than I ever could. Watch History of Power Rangers. So the Rangers from the end of Dino Fury. Zels, where did I lose you? let's back up. Zels, where did I lose you? Let's make sure everyone's on the same page before I begin a recap of the Dino Fury, which is essentially a movie. Hint. Change the order of switching. That'll change the ways the shutters open and close. Okay, that opens doors, but currently Contra is poisoned, and I don't think that's in the best interest of anyone. So let's open the doors, take a minute, catch our breath, heal up, and then we'll do the thing. Oh, you lost it in politics. Okay, I will explain it better. So, the Power Rangers this season, picking up from Dino Fury. Dino Fury is set in a small town called Pine Ridge, where a number of ordinary humans live ordinary lives until one day, a couple of them go into the wilderness and discover an alien spaceship buried deep underground. These brave explorers are Ollie, who will eventually become the Blue Ranger, who likes science, and Amelia, who will eventually become Pink Ranger, who likes ghosts. It's a thrilling character conflict between the two of them. How will they ever survive dinosaurs versus ghosts? So they uncover a ship run, and this guy named Zato lives in it. Zato is an ancient alien warrior from a lost civilization that is the Red Ranger. And he recruits them, and he recruits a couple kids from the town, Javi and Izzy Garcia. Ollie and Amelia eventually do kiss, but don't worry, it gets better. So yeah, they recruit Javi and Izzy Garcia, a couple of kids from town. Javi becomes the Black Ranger, and Izzy becomes the Green Ranger. And Izzy broke people's minds. When I say people, I use a definition of weird internet people's minds by deciding not to wear a skirt because it's for the first time in I don't know how many years, Power Rangers changed the gender of a character from the Japanese version by making sure that this team had 2 women on it, which is, probably for the best. So people lost their minds over that one shot where she rips off a skirt. So imagine their surprise when we met her girlfriend. That's right, this is for the season 28 and 29 Power Rangers. For the first time, we had a female, we had a lesbian on screen. The comics got there first. I'm really sorry about the glitching. I'm going to go fix that right now. The comics got there first. But yeah, we finally got an on-screen gay character. And her girlfriend Fern became a regular character in the background for the seasons. Or for the Dino Fury seasons. And very cute relationship. People like it. I think they're cute together. Whatever. They also meet Aeon, who is another lost ancient warrior, who is the Gold Ranger, and he and Zato are definitely not gay, if you get my drift. So anyway, end of Dino Fury, Zato sacrifices himself to save the universe. Cool. Lord Zed comes back. How do we get this open? Oh, here. Lord Zed comes back, and then immediately after they do a time skip, funnily enough, Zels, they do a time skip where he comes back, where Zato comes back as a ghost and says, guys, we have to fight Lord Zed now. So they do. And that's when Dino Fury starts. They are not engaged cells because they are both just starting college. Yeah, these burglars are great. Love them. So they're just starting college, and so I'm sorry, season starts. Where's I? Season starts. They are fighting Lord Zed and a bunch of other random monsters. Lord Zed has one of his guys attack Ollie and turns him evil with the gun that turns people evil that he has. And then he also blows up their Zords. Honestly, Lord Zed versus Zedaf would be hilarious. I'm here for that combination. So yeah, Ollie gets corrupted. Ollie gets corrupted and turned evil. And the Rangers retreat the Rangers retreat to this monument somewhere nearby to try to save him. But they can't. So instead, they activate the monuments to unlock new Zords that are spaceships now, because this is a space season. And Javi, who we remember is Black Ranger, and is also a teenage musician who is a teenage musician. There's not much more to his character. He does wear cool earrings and dresses like a punk, so it's fine. But yeah, he is a cool teenage musician who is a cool teenage musician, and unfortunately, he makes the mistake of shoving the magic staff into the magic hall, which disintegrates his arm. Which, by the way, is the best use of Netflix. Best use of Netflix time when you don't have a rating story about is literally having a guy's arm disintegrate in a kid's show. Anyway, they get the spaceships, and he gets a prosthetic arm in the next episode. It's actually really cool. Apparently, they talked to a disability consultant, and they worked out exactly how this would work in the most sensitive way possible. And I heard somewhere that they actually said that none of the characters were allowed to be negative about it, which is nice. And it's cool to see representation in a kids show for that. But it is very funny to me that the second they move to Netflix, they're disintegrating people's arms. They can't save Ollie. Ollie's still evil, and because Ollie's evil, he now blows up their power source and forces them to teleport to the far side of the universe. And this is where the plot really gets going, because secretly, Fern snuck in. Fern snuck into the base at this point when they were teleported, because Izzy was not answering her phone. So now they're all on the other side of the universe. And Fern's just there, who is an ordinary 18-year-old in the middle of all this. She, at this point, does understand what's going on. She does understand what Power Rangers are and how that works, because this is not a season where people are idiots about this kind of thing. There are seasons where people are idiots about aliens. But yeah, So Fern is there, and they immediately get new powers with the help of a member of the classic original Power Rangers team from the 90s, Billy. And as part of this new initiative, Amelia becomes the Red Ranger for the first time. So we actually have a woman leading the team. We don't lose them. Nobody dies. Actually, that's not true. Someone dies, just not Fern or Izzy. I'm going to turn these off. So Amelia becomes the Red Ranger. Javi keeps his cool new cyborg arm and becomes the Black Ranger. Izzy stays the Green Ranger. Aeon stays the Gold Ranger. And the Ghost of Zeta comes back and is now the White Ranger. However, because Hasbro doesn't want to make a white guy, or doesn't want to make a person of color the White Ranger, which is the weirdest way to put that out, because they had problems before with putting people of color in unfortunate situations, like making the one black guy the Black Ranger. That's happened a couple of times. Right, so fixing the problem now. Instead, his Zeto's suit is slightly off-white, and he is instead the Zenith Ranger. Which, at this point, to make him the White Ranger, it looks white. It's fine. No one cares. And then, twist of all twists, we get Fern saving the day and becoming the first ever Orange Ranger in Power Rangers. which Javi immediately says, "Hey, now you guys are a power couple," which is almost funny. So, this is how we get a first Orange Ranger, who is also gay, and dating the Green Ranger, who is also gay. It's fun. So, the thing about this half of the show, where they're trying to get back to Earth through deep space, is Q Ranger has a lot of Zords because it has 12 Rangers. It has 12 Rangers, and they each have a color-coded Zord. So to get around this fact, because they only have 6 Rangers on the team, they decide to just let everyone drive whatever Zord works in that particular moment, which I didn't think would work as well as it did. It fits with the theme of them being desperate, I guess. Hang on. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I remember you. You got me good at our hideout. All right. So where's I? Right. Gay Rangers in space using whatever Zords they have readily available. Um, they have one episode that feels like a regular episode and not like part of the big movie plot, where they infiltrate a mining colony where I think people get paid. It's not it's a bad boss, but it's not like a situation where they actively don't get paid. There's an episode in Q Ranger where they infiltrate a mining colony where it is just straight up poor labor conditions, and the plot of it is screaming pro-union propaganda until the bad guy gives up. It's a very good episode. I wrote a chapter based on it. It's really funny. So, this episode, they infiltrate by pretending to be a rock band. And the minor concerning running gag is that Javi, because he has a new prosthetic, he doesn't know how it works yet, keeps accidentally destroying cooking pans when he's trying to hit them like drums, because he doesn't know how strong his arm is yet. Which I think is probably the best joke they could have made with that one. And so that's the first half of the season. The second half of the season, they get back to Earth, where they discover that, by the way, all the other Power Rangers team, this is an anniversary season. Ollie and Javi. You're thinking of Javi, I think. Zells. We discover that because this is the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, every other Power Rangers team has been fighting Lord Zed, just, off camera over there. It's fine. Don't think about it. And so, because they've been fighting off camera over there, don't worry about it. Now they need this team of Rangers to come in and save them. So the Rangers comes back and they do a quick thing to blow up like one prison, and suddenly everything's fine. Except no, it's not, because Ollie is still evil and Lord Zed's still around. I think we should just finish this plotline. It's fine.
Who? What? You came to rescue me? Thank you. The radio tower. What's happening there? Taken over by Team Rocket? Here, take this card key.
Heck yeah.
Use that to open the shutters on 3rd floor. I'm begging you to help. I do it myself, but I'm lazy. There's no telling what they'll do if they control their transmitter. They may even be able to control Pokemon using a special signal. You're the only one I can call on. Please save the radio tower. And all the Pokemon nationwide.
So yeah, they blow up one tower, and suddenly everyone's saved. Oh, we can't get an amulet coin. It's not fun. Let's go to the lobby and heal up first. Oh, cool. Gets us to the Pokemart. I know, right, Nola? Right. So yeah, they beat Lord Zed, or they beat Lord Zed temporarily. He's still around in space. I have completely glossed over the villain plot in favor of the gay plot because I figure I know my demographic. The villain plot is also insane because it starts off with Lord Zed getting hired by this evil space mining company. Let's get in here. Starts off with Lord Zed getting recruited by the space mining company, who gives him a fleet and all the monsters he can throw at them. And then also, two supporting characters, one of whom is the CEO of the company, and the other is her daughter, who is an influencer, a space influencer, who at one point has 14 billion people watching her live stream, which, no. And the space influencer daughter is intentionally written to be really annoying because nobody who writes influencers respects them. Oh, we're in Team Rocket still. It's because no one, yeah. I don't know how she moderates it, honestly. I'm super curious. But yeah, because no one respects her, or because no one respects influencers when they write them in TV shows, she's really annoying. But also, we get to meet her an undercover operative who is acting as her boyfriend, who is Heckle. Heckle is a character from Power Rangers Dino Charge, a show made several years ago, or a show significantly older than this one. And he is the villain of that show's second season. He also looks like a twink. I think I can say that about him. I think that's a fair statement to make. When he's human. He also has a monster side called Snide because you get Heckle like Jekyll and Hyde. You know, they're smart here at Power Rangers writing HQ. Anyway, Heckle's back. And he's doing a thing that he did in the comics, which are better than this, where he becomes the Dark Ranger, where he purified the evil power source from that season and became a ranger. Only in the comics, it's a really good issue where they get into his origin. Simon Bennett has since said that nobody read it, so they just kind of in the show say, yeah, he's a good guy now, whatever. And so he saves them, and they do a cool team up with him for an episode where they kill the influencer, who, by the way, is written to be a teenager. Wait, sorry, no. First they kidnap her to interrogate her, and then they kill her. Right, because they're the good guys. You see, it's okay. Oh, Nola, you looked him up? Yeah. And then they keep on killing the mom, who keeps regenerating because as long as, I guess, she's operating under Wolverine rules, where like one cell means she's fine. Didn't like that. Let's go heal up. They keep on killing the mom, who keeps coming back, and mom is getting increasingly periodically evil, which is fine because she's a mining executive, and her daughter is a spoiled brat. And that's the back half of the season until the penultimate episode, when they send in a couple characters from Dino Fury who are monsters. I do have to explain this part. The part where Zato says trans rights. Before I do that, Zato, this whole time, is a ghost, but he's still operating. But every time he does anything remotely strenuous, he loses a little bit of life force left, and it's pretty clear he's going to die. He doesn't want anyone to know he's going to die. What do you have to say for us? Why? Why do I have to suffer through this? Meowth, help me. That's not a Meowth. So yeah, Zato's going to die. But because he's going to die, he doesn't care and is being increasingly reckless about it, and there's the whole emotional thing of his friends trying to tell him, no, stop, we actually like you a lot and don't want you to die. And Zato just keeps going, haha, powers go burr. Anyway, a couple monsters from last season show up. They're trapped in human form now because they decided to be human. As a redemption arc, and one of them says offhandedly, I don't want to be a human anymore. I feel grossly uncomfortable in this body. And Zato looks at her and says, no one should feel uncomfortable in their own body, and then immediately turns it back into a monster. Simon Bennett has since confirmed this is as close as they could get to saying trans rights on camera. So that happens. Zato says trans rights, and they save her. And then in exchange, she goes into the evil base and starts blowing shit up for them. So in the process, she saves Ollie, who, by blowing up the statue that gave him his powers, is no longer evil. And he rejoins the team, but also, in doing this, Zato protects them all from a final evil, big blast of evil, and then dies. So this goes into the finale where the new team has Ollie replacing Zato, and they go to fight Lord Zed, but Lord Zed what was the order here? Sorry, I have to remember the order here. I watched this all in one sitting. Right, they find Lord Zed on a planet where he's sitting on a throne. He explains his old evil plan to use all the powers of all the Power Rangers to take over the universe for evil. But then he's immediately disrupted by the mining executive and her army, who reveal that their plan the whole time was to turn him into pure energy, and then blow up that pure energy, which allows them to destroy everything good in the universe. This is a direct callback to an earlier episode of Power Rangers called Countdown to Destruction, where the plan of the heroes was to kill Zordon, who was the mentor, and turn him into pure energy to kill all the evil in the universe. So, anniversary season. So they turn him into pure energy, and then they immediately crack the pure energy tank he's in. But because they want the show to last a bit longer, it doesn't blow up for several minutes. During this time, they have several final fights. Zato returns again as a ghost, but this time he's one with the Morphing Masters, which I'll explain after this.
Oh, you managed to get this far. You must be quite the trainer. We intend to take over this radio station and announce our comeback. That should bring our boss Giovanni back from his solo training. We are going to regain our former glory. I won't allow you to interfere with our plans.
Okay, right. Back to the Power Rangers recap. God, this is much harder than Linkara makes it look. Crap. Right, Zato comes back as a Morphin Master. The Morphin Masters are the obscure thing I mentioned that Dino Fury reintroduced as the source of all Power Ranger powers. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they've accepted him as one of them now because he died doing hero stuff. And he turns them into pure energy and sends the whole team into the energy tube to talk to Lord Zed and try to talk him down. Which Ollie ultimately gets him on. Hey, look, if you go through with this plan, you're still gonna die. So if you want to survive this, you kind of have to work with us now. And after repeating this a couple of times, Lord Zed finally understands the concept, and they take him out, and they punish him by imprisoning him on a nightmare world. Wait.
How could this be?
Our dreams have come to naught. I wasn't up to the task after all. Like Giovanni did before me, I will disband Team Rocket here today. Farewell. No, you can't all leave.
Jojo, thank you. Your courageous actions have saved Pokemon nationwide. I know it's not much, but please take this.
Yay, the Clear Bell.
There used to be a tower right here in Goldenrod City, but it was too old and creaky. So we replaced it with our radio tower. We dug up that bell during construction. I hear that all sorts of Pokemon live in Goldenrod in the past. Perhaps that bell has some connection to the Tin Tower in Arctic City. Ah, that reminds me. I overheard Team Rocket whispering. Apparently, something is going on in the Tin Tower. I have no idea what is happening, but you might look into it. Okay, I better go back to my office.
Thanks, man. Real pal. Got my throat. This is bad. Crap. What was I? Right. They trap him in his own personal hub, which is spending time with his wife. Story people are fine, right? The stories are okay? And so that's the end of the main plot. To wrap it all up, they go home and everything's fine. All the other Power Rangers were helpful off screen, you know. There's a brief shot of some of their Megazords fighting, but like whatever at this point. And the last scene of what could potentially be the last season of Power Rangers, which I'll get to in a second, is Javi singing a song where he just repeats the phrase, "May the power protect you," over and over and over again. This is a reference to a thing Zordon once said. And we know it's a thing Zordon once said because Zato reappears in a vision to Aeon. Remember Aeon? He's a character. But except for it's not Zato, it's actually some mysterious guy who's actually Zordon. Who, if you recall from the beginning of this rant, the Countdown to Destruction, he died in Season 6. And so that's how Power Rangers ends. And I say that's how Power Rangers ends because Simon Bennett has also said that the next plan for the franchise is to completely reboot in a couple years. They're going to take some time off, rethink how to do it, and make it work for older audiences. Which is an idea, if I've ever heard one. And so that is the plot of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Probably slightly inaccurate. I'm really trying here, but it's very hard to explain the whole show. And honestly, I watched it this morning and have not prepped. I wasn't planning on recapping it, I just needed to talk about this with someone, and unfortunately you're the people who are dumb enough to watch my stream. So I'm very sorry about that. I just had to get that off my chest. I don't know if that made any sense or if that was remotely entertaining to listen to, but you have listened to it, and thank you. If you understood any of it, congratulations. I'm sorry, Nola, you're right. I shouldn't have called you dumb. I'm sorry, I should not have called you dumb. That was mean. I just, like, I have a very hard time imagining people voluntarily listening to my ramblings, and the fact that I now have a platform to do it where people actually... Holy shit, Entei! Okay, back up. This is a legendary Pokemon. We're gonna catch it. Oh, crap. No, we aren't. I don't think it logs damage. Alright. Pokemon lore. The way the legendary beasts work in this game is they run around the world. They spawn randomly in Johto, and you have to gradually whittle them down, but you can't whittle it down. You have to whittle it down like in different places around the world. So it's not consistent, and you just have to get lucky when he shows up. So I guess we got lucky. We have to get more lucky to find him, though, for real. Okay. I'm gonna breathe. Sorry. It's been a long day. I spent most of my morning watching this very insane show, which, by the way, is not the most insane thing about Power Rangers ever. If I'm going to rant about that, I'm going to properly prepare those. So if you're interested in hearing the plot of the Dino Charge series finale, the Dino Charge finale, let me know, because that is a thing of beauty in itself. But that's going to be a prep. I'm not going to go in blind like I did for Cosmic Fury, because that did not go as well as I was hoping. This is the Burns Tower. But point is, it's a very wild show, and it kind of just took me by a death grip today because I spent a lot of time thinking about this series, and to see it become real in someone else's vision while I was off doing my own thing with it is kind of wild. And I just needed to process. So, that is the brief summary of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. It is only slightly more hinged than I make it sound. I did include the important parts, which are Zados' trans rights and Lord Zed being tortured by his wife forever. Where is the Tin Tower? Is this the Tin Tower? A momentous event has occurred. I beg your pardon, but I must ask you to leave. Ah! The sound of that clear bell. It's sublime. I've never heard so beautiful a sound before. That bell's chime is indicative of the bearer's soul. You may be able to make it through Tin Tower. Please do go on. I think we're about to take on Ho-Oh. Legend has it that upon the emergence of a trainer who has the ability to touch the souls of Pokemon, a Pokemon will come forth to put that trainer to test at the Tin Tower. The legend has come true. The legendary Pokemon Suicune has arrived. We, the wise trio, shall test your worthiness to go inside. Okay, I think we're gonna get Suicune. Sweet. Okay, where was I? Right. Okay. What do I need to do to be more linear about what I just said about Power Rangers Cosmic Fury? Because that was a very disorganized, unhinged, spur of the moment, impromptu recap of 10 episodes of TV that I watched instead of doing homework today. And also, should I include more Power Rangers rants in the future? Because this is bringing back some traumatic memories of weird shit. Oh crap, I have Ace with me still. I'm not supposed to have Ace with me for this. It's against the rules we made up. We did it! Ah, so UO's come that has claimed to have seen Suicune, Entei, and Raikou while they slept. Unbelievable. Legend has it that they can't be seen while they sleep. Can you be trusted with the truth? I must ascertain your worthiness. So I don't think my throat liked that recap as much as I did. I swear, if this show actually does physical damage to me, I'm gonna be so annoyed. It's just, like, I think, I think the experience is universal enough that you understand, like, how badly something like this can mess with your mind. Like, it just, like, there's so much to unpack and so much to discuss and so much to think about with this show. And, like, it takes a certain level of preparation to process it all. and I am still processing. It is essentially a 3-hour movie that is also the series finale to Power Rangers because of the reboot. And it's not meant to withstand serious criticism, but also it wants to because it wants the adult fans who have disposable income to still like the show enough to buy all the toys. In the past, there were 2 9-tier towers here. The Brass Tower, which was said to awaken the Pokemon, and the Tin Tower, where the Pokemon are said to rest. The view from the tops of the towers must have been magnificent. At this time, an immense silver-colored Pokemon was said to have made its roost atop the Brass Tower. However, about 150 years ago, a lightning bolt struck one of the towers. It was engulfed in flames that raged for 3 days. A sudden downpour finally put out the blaze, and that is how the burned tower came to be. Let me see your power. Yeah, honestly, I would... One day I'll probably do a PowerPoint stream. If I get serious about them, I'll probably do a PowerPoint stream explaining some more Power Rangers lore, because there is so much weird stuff that goes on in that franchise. Like, it is wild. I do recommend if you actually are interested and aren't waiting for me to rant about a special interest, that you go back, watch History of Power Rangers. It is a phenomenal series, recapping the insanity from someone who takes it more seriously than I do, I would say. He has some interesting opinions, especially in the recent releases of some of them. Like, he gets very concerned about the canonicity of one season that I think is pretty self-explanatory, and he spends a lot of time really digging into it, but like, it's fine. It's a good recap, and it's better than watching a lot of these bad seasons. Like, some of the seasons, like Cosmic Fury, are good, and like there is effort on display. And then there are seasons where they just didn't try. This is not going to be fun. Yay, level. Too strong. Why? You. Are you the traitor who is awaited by the legendary Pokemon? I see. We, the Wise Trio, have been given the responsibility of protecting the legendary Pokemon. We are to allow passage only to those people who possess the power to solve truth. Please, do go on and enter the Tin Tower ahead. Suicune will put you to the test. We're not ready. But the soul and knowledge that we need is granted by my intricate understanding of Power Rangers lore, which is both a blessing and a curse, by the way. Again, that is a conversation for when I have more of a voice, because I think I blew out a lot of my voice trying to explain Cosmic Fury. But at some point asked me to explain the Dino Charge finale. I'm sorry for being mean about this earlier, by the way. I legitimately, I just like, it's difficult for me to gauge how much I should share about something I know too much about. And I feel like that's a more relatable experience than I give it credit for being. But like, it does happen to me. Tin Tower time. Actually, let's see what time we're at. This is actually the perfect time to end stream. So, what I'm thinking is we save here, come back next time and do this when I am not obsessed with Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me that I'm able to do dumb things like this. and I'm sorry for insulting you all. You all have been way too kind to me for this. I love doing this. I love that I have a platform to talk about this with you. I love getting to hang out with people I think are genuinely cool, like Ace, Zells, Nola. Y'all are regulars. I know you pretty well at this point. That you're pretty cool people. Everyone else who watches that I don't see in chat all the time, I love you too. It's just like I'm sorry. I will see you all next. I will see you all hopefully later this week for Pokemon. No promises. I have some stuff I'm supposed to do in the evenings this week, but sorry, not Pokemon, Minecraft. I have some stuff I'm supposed to do in the evenings, but if I can get around that, I will be back with Minecraft. If not, I'll see you next Monday for Pokemon. And with that, have a nice night. Bye, all.